today with a video for you about my top 10 essentials on what to pack for a trip to Iceland. Long tights, thermal underwear, woolen underwear, something that will keep you warm. And for me, that is this right here. And what's great about this is I actually got this from Costco as a pair together about 5 years ago. Maybe cost me $25 to $40, I can't quite remember, but awesome quality, has lasts forever, and is very inexpensive. Packing essential number 2, a nice pair of waterproof pants and top to go over the essential that I just talked about, the underlayer. I prefer to use Helly Hansen's Arctic and Antarctic waterproofers. You can see here I have a jacket. It kind of cinches at the bottom. It's very nice, has lasted forever. I had this for a couple of years. And then this is the same color, matching pants. And they're actually quite stylish for being waterproofers, to be honest. I have used them on multiple trips. I've climbed Kilimanjaro in them. I've taken them to Iceland. I've taken them to see the Northern Lights in Finland, and they've always worked very well. They're very waterproof, and also they double as a windbreaker. So Helly Hansen is great because you can, once again, get them on Amazon for maybe $20, $25 each. So it's a very, very affordable pair of waterproofers, one of probably the most affordable you can find. Packing essential number 3 is a good hat or a good headband. Needs to be very warm, something that will keep specifically your ears warm, and also your head, because you will be out in the cold in Iceland, and it can be quite miserable if you don't have your ears warm. So this is my favorite. This is what I take with me. Looks great. And it keeps you warm, which is the most important thing. And you can get these anywhere. Definitely a good pair of gloves. I prefer to have a smaller kind. These are form-fitting gloves. They're actually quite warm. They allow your hand to move, which is so important, so you can actually grab things. I'm a photographer and I want to be able to like push my camera, the button on my camera, to take pictures. I love these boots for anything, any type of travel, but they are just a basic Timberland hiking boot, but they are very, very solid, and they're actually very warm. So these paired with a really great pair of wool socks, or even doubled up 2 pairs of wool socks, will keep your feet very, very warm. And I use these when I travel to Iceland in the summer, and I use them when I travel to Iceland in the winter. So it's very, very nice. Depending on when I am going, if I am going on a Northern Lights trip to the Arctic, or I'm going to be outside a lot, I will bring a thicker pair. But these are Sorel winter boots, very, very thick, very, very warm, and they keep your feet and your toes warm. It's awesome because it fits in this nice little pouch, which actually doubles as a nice pillow on the airplane. It's very lightweight and it's very, very warm. I believe this is a 700 fill. You can get all the way up to a 900 fill. But this is important because it will go under any jacket you have. It will go under any windbreaker that you have. I talked about the waterproof layer that I bring from Helly Hansen. This works perfectly under that, and it keeps you very, very warm while not weighing you down, which is very, very important when you're packing for a trip to Iceland or the Arctic. Is you can start bringing a lot of really bulky things, but one, you pay for that in your luggage, and you also pay for that in the weight that you're carrying through the airport into the hotel. So this is very nice because it's warm, but it's light. A lot of people forget about this, but when you're going to an Arctic tundra, the surface is white and there's a lot of sun. A good pair of sunglasses is so important. I always travel with my kind of more like a sports pair of Oakley sunglasses. One, they help shade my eyes and my face from the sun glare off the snow. And 2, they stay on my face, which is nice. They're a little bit more form-fitting and a little bit more sporty, so I can be moving around. I can even be, I've even taken these in water with me on boats that are going fast, and have never had an issue of them falling off. One thing that's surprising for a lot of people when they travel is there's not a lot of outlets or plugins, as people call them, in the hotel rooms or even on the go in the airport. So if you have an outlet converter that gives you multiple, it's very, very nice. And another thing to keep in mind is every country around the world has a unique outlet type. Some of them are the same. For example, across Europe, they're the same. Iceland has a typical 2-prong European plug, which looks like this. It's another kind of trick here is you probably have a lot of things that plug in with USB, so make sure to bring dual USB. And this is just very important because you don't want to run out of batteries and you don't want to have your technology dead, especially if you're taking photos and videos on your trips. And another little trick, this is a Stretch Goal for 8, is a power bank. Phones, especially in the cold, die very quickly. So by having a power bank, this one stores 4 full phone charges. You can pretty much guarantee that you're not going to have a phone that dies in the cold. It's a wireless internet router, which means that any country that I go to, pretty much around the world, I can buy a local SIM card with data on it, put it in here. Usually they're a couple dollars, and this gives me Wi-Fi anywhere I go. So I don't have to worry about, you know, upgrading my phone plan, or will I have cell service in different places that I'm going. This will, I can stream Wi-Fi just by pushing this little button, and then I can access the GPS on my phone. I can access texts. I can, you know, call local people, and it's a really, really nice thing to have. Definitely my camera, but not only my camera, also good camera lenses. So the camera that I have, which is filming right now, is a Canon 7D. I love this camera. It's not full frame, but it offers you a lot of flexibility from taking photos to awesome videos. So I bring that camera along with obviously plenty of batteries and also a couple of lenses. So I'm gonna go over the lenses that I bring right now. My favorite lens that I use for almost everything is my 10 to 22 millimeter wide angle, which is what is filming right now. It's an awesome lens. It allows you to capture landscape photography, wildlife photography. So for Iceland, where pretty much everything you're going to see is beautiful nature, waterfalls, geysers, canyons, you're going to want a wide angle lens. A 30 or a 35 will work well. This is great for video. It's also great for portraits. And the third lens that I bring is actually a 18 to 250 zoom. This one is nice if you are capturing things from a boat or from inside a vehicle. It allows you to really capture things that are far away but still retain the quality that you're looking for. So, and the other thing that I bring, that's it, is a GoPro. I don't use this as much as my camera, but it is very nice to have when you are going in situations that there is water involved, and it's a little more or less stressful for me thinking that my big camera might get all wet. So definitely bring a GoPro if you have one. If not, bring whatever camera you have. To be honest, an iPhone takes amazing pictures. So if this is all you have and this is all you want to travel with, use it and take photos, and you'll get some really, really great shots. So I'm always a believer in capturing the memories of experiences you've had, whether they're in your home or in another country. So make sure you bring whatever device you need to do that. Packing essential number 11, I added an extra one that tends to happen, is a swimsuit. I choose a really bright colored swimsuit because if you notice, all the other things I packed are pretty like muted colors. Swimsuit is important because you will be going to saunas, you will be going to hot springs, especially in Iceland. There's a lot of them and you don't want to miss out. So bring a swimsuit, don't forget to pack it. I have kind of like a, you know, a more active kind of two-piece right here. It's nice, it's a bright color. I really like this. It's actually from Courtney Jean. She makes awesome swimsuits. They're very cute. She also makes swimsuits for guys, and they're very nice. So I love her stuff, and I bring it in my suitcase almost everywhere I go. So I will be bringing this definitely in my suitcase on my next trip. So it's the end of the video, and I realize there are so many things that I missed and I want to share. So really quick, I'm just going to throw out my last minute tips on what I would also pack on my trip to Iceland. And those would be a hard drive. I travel with my computer, and so I want to be able to back up my photos, my videos. So bring a hard drive or an external hard drive. Another really important thing to remember is a headlamp. When you're outside, especially at night, which you will be if you're seeing the northern lights or chasing the northern lights, bring a headlamp. It's just so nice to have so you can see where you're going. Sometimes your fingers don't function and you can't turn on your phone flashlight in the cold. And the third kind of tech item that I would want to mention is, yes, this is a passport pouch, but it is so nice to be able to keep your passport in and know where it is at all time. A little trick on clothing to bring. So for 1 week or 1.5 week trip, I typically bring 3 to 4 pairs of pants. You can see them right here, and double the amount of shirts. So I have 3 pants there, and I actually have 6 shirts here. People think that that's crazy that I only bring that much stuff, and they ask me how I take so many different pictures looking differently, wearing different clothes. But to be honest, when you're going to the Arctic, you're going to be wearing a jacket a lot of the time. So it doesn't really matter what you wear under. Make sure it's comfortable and make sure it's warm, and pack light. And the last thing that I want to talk about over here is a Gore-Tex shell. This is a new addition for me, but it's very, very nice to wear over your down. It's waterproof, it's windproof, and it's a little bit thicker than the under layers that I've talked about thus far. So having this ultimately to wear over everything is so nice, and will add that extra bit of warmth that you need to have a good time. And that sums up my tips for an awesome trip to Iceland. So go have fun. See you there.